Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Empire's back, and most importantly, NaVi is back. Started a little bit late because the admin was AFK, unfortunately, but we are here now. My name is DragonDrop. I'm happy to be joined by the Wacky Nav. And everyone's back except Delta Foxtrot Bravo because we expelled him from the TriCast.
He made too many anime references.
Indeed.
He just had to go.
Gotta stay strong. Yeah, you just gotta say, no, enough is enough. And you gotta make the hard choices in these kind of things. Both teams want to play. They're drafting pretty fast so far. So what are your thoughts? IO actually making an appearance, so span out against Team Spirits. But not a lot of other teams running it these days. So Empire gets away with it.
I think both these teams, they just want to play Dota after waiting in the lobby that long. I'm sure a lot of the viewers feel the same way right now. They just want to watch Dota, so I imagine this draft will go a lot faster than normal drafts. And yeah, it would go bans out just instantly. IO coming out though, that thing, IO's normally banned in the first round, so it's a little bit interesting that we see that. They're probably going to have a lot of map control between IO and being able to relocate and gank heroes with the Spirit Breaker charging in. Yeah, IO, relocate, gank, blah, 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 blah.
All they need is another hero to give them vision paps for it, for both the charge as well as the IO relocate. So heroes like Nyx Assassin would come to mind, also decent against Disruptor, pretty good against Nature's Prophet too. So I wouldn't be too surprised if NaVi banned that out right now.
Yeah, I mean, IO can just head anywhere on the map with the hero as long as they have a disable or jump on wherever the Nature's Prophet is trying to push with Dust and then take him out when he's trying to split push. Then as soon as they get the kill, they're back pushing the lane with the rest of their team. Very good answer to Nature's Prophet. So being able to take that in the second pick in response to Nature's Prophet is a pretty good move out of Team Empire here. So we'll see how NaVi responds to it in the later picks here.
Yeah. Well, Empire taking some time to think about the fourth ban at the very least.
Is it too late for me to take back what I said about them just wanting to play Dota and go through things really quickly?
I'm pretty sure they stopped just as you said it, just to make you look bad.
Yeah, they heard what I was saying and they're like, oh, I don't like the sound of this Nef guy. He keeps calling Dendi G Arena, making jokes about it.
I'm sorry, it's spelled, it's called G-A Arena.
Yeah, Garena.
Don't mispronounce names.
Apology.
But of course, if you guys didn't know, he's actually replacing Dendi.
And a bunch of Qs is replacing General.
Yeah, one Q wasn't enough. Q also not enough, so
yeah,
need plenty of that.
Five Qs.
Alright, Draw Ranger was abandoned in for Team Empire. Of course, by the way, I forgot to mention, this is the winner's bracket, the winner's match here in this double elimination bracket for the first phase, the PGL Open CIS qualifiers. The winner of this one will actually already be through to the next stage, to the single elimination bracket that comes afterwards. So pretty good. If you can already punch your ticket, you have a day off tomorrow.
Yeah,
for this qualifier.
Everyone's pretty excited about today as well. They get to watch NaVi all day. I saw some people messaging me like just hyped to see NaVi again. But we'll see if they're truly back. They can take down Empire. Did attend the international, though their lineup is not the same.
Dire team pick.
Okay, Phantom Lancer making another appearance. Seen that hero in the hands of two different players today already. Of course, we've had plenty of CIS games under our belt. To stay alone. So, how do you think if it's in here?
10 seconds remaining.
I think it's very powerful roaming around with Wisp. I think Tether along with Phantom Rush works a little bit similar to other Wisp combinations like Wisp and CK and whatnot. You can jump on the target right away with the Phantom Rush and then slow them with the Wisp Tether. It's a fairly powerful combination, as well as just being like a solid overall carry / brawler. And there's a couple different ways to build him as well. You can go Aghanim Scepter to push out lanes and whatnot, which we've seen in some games that we've casted together, or you can go straight for Diffusal and just start fighting the enemies they want to work with Spirit Breaker, so it gives them a little bit of flexibility with how they want to play it, and he's a very hard hero to catch out and kill due to Doppelganger.
Maybe not now though. Earthshaker, one of the classic counters to any sort of illusion-based hero, Phantom Lance included. You already have the Disruptor too, so he can also just walk up Static Storm, and then Phantom Lance has issues in the Doppelganger department at the very least. So NaVi setting up for this early Phantom Lancer pick quite well.
NaVi not pulling their punches here against Empire, just picking all the strongest heroes that they can. Earthshaker being one of them, Nature's Prophet being one of them. I mean, they struggle with it in... would they have it on their team the other game? Or were they against it? Everything starts to be a blur already.
Yeah.
Casted.
I can tell you there were Earthshakers today.
There were Earthshakers and there were Nature's Prophets.
Yeah, that's about as
That is
confident as
something
I'm
we can be
willing to
sure
go. Actually, there's a game that they played, a best of 3 series in the Starlighter qualifiers, about a week ago between Team Empire and NaVi. NaVi won that one after dropping one game. Just looking at the drafts now to see if anything's familiar. The Drow Ranger is, so that was banned out by Empire quite wisely. There's also Bloodseeker that has been picked. Do you think that there's a possibility for that here now as well?
5 seconds.
I mean, there's the possibility they're lacking a mid and they're lacking a safe lane carry. Well, Earthshaker and Nature's Prophet are both fairly flexible as far as where they can be played. Disruptor is obviously going to be played on support. As much as Dendi proved us all to be stupid with his mid AA play last game, that we clearly don't understand what roles heroes belong in. I don't think he's going to be playing Disruptor mid.
Yeah, that seems a little bit too far out of the ordinary, doesn't it? Like Visage mid, alright, that works. AA mid's kind of stretching it, pulling out the old TI1 strats, but Disruptor, probably not the best hero in that situation. But now the Weaver gonna make an appearance. I want to say for Crystallize, but who knows at this point.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, probably for Crystallize. His Faceless Void the other game, he got some amazing Chronos off. That was last game. I just want to say that right now. Super impressive by him. As well as Enchantress that game. Who was on Enchantress last game? That was Roger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Roger's Enchantress is really solid, but Crystallize played super well in the Faceless Void. I have no doubts he's going to play extremely well in the Weaver. So I'm interested in seeing the response pick to this Weaver here. I don't think they have enough lockdown with just Batrider and Spirit Breaker, because that guy's going to be getting a link into top charges and lassos from just catching him out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
10 seconds remaining.
Like you break that chain of initiation, you break one of these abilities, and all of a sudden it gets much harder to actually finish up the kill. I mean, there's a possibility of them being able to blow up the Weaver during a single lasso, and with the Spirit Breaker and Lincolns, it's kind of a double-edged sword as well, right? Because sure, you have the Lincolns to block the charge, at the same time it's also a free Lincolns pop wherever you are on the map, as long as you have vision of the Weaver, so that can easily set up for these Batrider lassos with or without that item available. So then it's going to come down to how fast the relocates are, how much damage the Phantom Lancer can actually do to him during that time, and possibly the next hero for Team Empire. With the IO in the field, you don't necessarily have to go for the standard classic mids. You can go a little bit crazy as well, so plenty of options for them to pick up some more lockdown too, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if I were them, I'd pick up a really hard lockdown hero for that Weaver and for that Nature's Prophet. Right now they are a little bit limited. I'm not sure what they take here though, but they don't have that much time to really think about it, given that they have 1 second reserve time left. So their backs are against the wall here.
They want to go back to an Illidan classic, it would be perhaps something like a Chaos Knight. But then again, it's another illusion hero up against the Earthshakers, so not really a whole lot of space to fit that in. Same time, it might just be one of these classic mids that, I was going to say Puck for Empire, but now they snack it up themselves for G Arena, GA Arena, a new mid player.
Complete stranger, yeah. I think Puck would have been super solid for Empire, yeah. I think NaVi taking that is strong in itself, and it also denies them picking the puck. So really solid
5
pickup there.
seconds remaining.
Alright.
And they take
Templar Assassin.
PA.
Choose your hero.
Interesting. I would say that I prefer NaVi's draft here. What do you think?
Overall, yeah, I would say they have a lot of team fight, a lot of lockdown, and they can put that together in a variety of different ways. Like Puck can initiate, Oathshaker can initiate, Disruptor sometimes as well, but all of them can also counter-initiate. Very mobile heroes in the Weaver and their Nature's Prophet, so they have a lot of tools to just play around or try and play around this mobility that Team Empire has. At the same time, Spirit Breaker is always a bit of a wild card, so is a Templar Assassin. Like, if Pushka is able to get a lot of good charges off, if he can create a lot of space, Io gets his early levels. Like, if some things go right in the laning stage for Team Empire, I can definitely see them running away with this game too.
But we'll have to see how this goes. I do think that Puck is again a really solid pickup for fighting against a Spirit Breaker ganking you in the mid lane, as long as you don't misuse your illusionary orb too much, and you make sure that you always have your phase shift ready if Spirit Breaker's off the map.
Yep.
We'll see. How does this matchup mid normally go in these games that you cast as far as TA versus Puck? Say TA wins?
Kind of depends on how well you're able to use Subside Blades. For me, they're always a bit tricky, but I don't know, should be fairly even in my eyes. But slightly favored towards the Templar Assassin, perhaps just because Puck... Normally what Puck wants to do is just harassing people out, just CSing with the orb, but also going out to rest at the same time with it. But with Refraction running, there's not a whole lot of chance of that.
What you can do, I guess, Swift really becomes limited by Refraction, both blocking damage, doing extra to Puck.
Yep.
So he loses a lot of that harass advantage that he has over other heroes by spamming phase shift when the creeps aggro onto him and whatnot.
So with that, we're here after a brief pause. Game number 1, once again, if you guys are just tuning in, my name is Dragon Drop, I'm joined by Nef, and the winner of this one will punch their ticket straight to the single elimination, the second phase of the CIS qualifiers for the PGL Open Bucharest. The loser will have to play again tomorrow. And, well, yeah, if you've taken one look at the qualifier calendar, then having to play less games is probably something that's worth aiming towards for these teams.
Christ. There's too many games for these people.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna like get no sleep. I mean, I love the amount of Dota that's being played, but you know, you're kind of like working these players to death at a certain point. Have you seen Toho's schedule?
I have, yeah. At the same time, I mean, part of this is also that, alright, you have to pick and choose at some point, right? You cannot possibly participate in everything because there are a few teams that already have to drop out of certain qualifiers because it conflicted with others. Even though everyone tries to schedule around it, there's only so much you can do at some point with this amount of games.
I like it a lot. I think this is a golden age of Dota drag and drop.
Not gonna contest you on that one, that's for sure. Alright, let's look at these lanes. Weaver, Disruptor up top, up against the Batrider. Should be alright here, but Piposhka also sticking around waiting for a charge in, and there it is now. On the Seneko, can they do something here? Maybe some extra slows, but Seneko far enough back. Just stabilizing the lane, making sure Batrider can get this experience. What the? Oh hey!
Yeah, that was a thing that happened.
How?
The Templar Assassin made the bold choice of going Sideblades level 1. Obviously that's something you're supposed to do, but also got caught out by a Fisher, blocked very well by Roger over there. Really solid play on Earthshaker. And of course he runs down the TA, he's just faster.
FN TPing back, straight back down to half health. And now another Fisher, a couple of right clicks here from Dendy. And that's... This lane is over, alright! Let's move on. Top lane Disruptor will be run down as well this time around. Go stick with the extra slows. Crystallize will be able to cancel clarity.
Radiant's middle tower
That's a
is
bit
under
annoying.
attack.
Yeah. Having trouble keeping up already?
Ah, you have no idea, dude. Going from tricast to the duocast, so much different already.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I don't have to control the camera this game.
Like in
You had to
general,
choose
ooh.
between watching one of those kills and missing the other.
Yeah. That as well. Vansko almost died. General, he was lining up the TP. Thinking about going back there, but it would have taken too long. It would have taken a lot of damage from Chappie. On the way. Meanwhile in mid, well, Miposhka making an appearance. Trying to be scary.
I think it's working.
Yep. Oh, what the hell? Okay, neutral good. Getting back to base fast, I was gonna say, but 26 seconds on that timer. It died to neutral creeps. That change kind of killed a lot of the cheesy strats that people were going for. Just,
Oh, you mean like the...
yeah, like the Skyrov mage. Hey, I'm gonna spam all my mana on you. I'm gonna suicide. I'm gonna TP back and do the exact same thing 2, 3, 4 times in a row just to tilt you. Yeah, glad those times are over. But anyway, FN does have one distraction charging now. Getting help from Vansko to charge him through as well onto Roger. Does have the fissure though still. Cancel it if necessary, so unable to really make anything happen with that. Just some space, so trying to keep get FN back on his feet.
Alright, the mid player on the team that I'm managing right now, he argues that the mid lane is a new off lane just because there's constantly tri lanes and they're always trying to shut you down.
Yeah.
Would you agree or disagree with that statement?
It definitely feels like that sometimes, yeah. In times of 1v1 mid have long been over. Wouldn't go as far as just call it the offlane just because it was still closer to the tower. And well, speaking of offlane, gonna get that kill. So Nako's there, does get the glimpse back on Chappie, only slightly, but do have to follow from Roger and Doppelganger's over. Look at that, Roger is, yeah, only so far you can go. But you're still closer to your tower, so I think the one thing it did is just discourage mid heroes that don't have escape mechanisms. Heroes like Shadow Fiend or other farmers that have taken over the mid lane for a while. Oh, Roger.
And Templars.
Oh, the bash is there. You track it down.
But yeah, Templars doesn't have a real escape ability, but a lot harder to kill than many other heroes, just because he has the refraction up when you try and go on him.
Yep.
Then he has the refraction again normally during that initiation, just because the cooldown of it is so low.
Yep.
So harder to kill mid. A little bit of an exception to somebody who doesn't have an escape ability, just because he's so tanky that he doesn't need one.
It's the same effect, right? You can stay in mid. You're not as susceptible to gangs, so the enemy has to commit a lot more.
Mostly these days, people picking Shadow Fiend heading to the mid lane is followed up by intense apologies about their performance in the game.
Definitely where we're at right now. But yep, Roger doing some good things still. Third game today, third different hero. It was Riki in game 1, up against M19. Then he was Enchantress, and now he's on Earthshaker, looking to impress. And so far, 1-1-1. Been a part of some of these kills, all of the kills on the side of the map anyway. I am not sure what's going on, why much seems choppy.
You got that tweet as well?
Someone said in chat as well. I don't know. Seems lagging. Really shouldn't. I have 60 FPS for the most part. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Hopefully it stabilizes. Preview is fine at least. But yeah, while we have this pause, I can take a look at it meanwhile. Anything else that we can talk about still?
Oh, random things to talk about? Well, when the game's
Yeah.
paused, look at the team's effigies and judge them heavily. So,
At that
I
point
guess we
already,
can...
are we?
Yeah, we're at the point where we're looking at hats and effigies. Over in mid lane, we see golden heroic effigy of the international 2015 from Vanscore, and it says "Dat boobs, dat ass, what a woman," and it has, I don't know, is that Qual or Legion Commander? I can't really tell.
That is the Queen of Pain, yeah.
All right, awesome, good effigy from them. You're destroyed from Ghost Stick, a little bit lacking over there.
Especially, I especially don't like the space bar, the space, and then the 4 exclamation points. This is just bad style.
Yeah.
The effigy itself, though, with a posture, I think it's quite nice. But, yeah, I don't like the inscription. Alright, Phantom Lance is back.
Alright, he's back in the game. I was just about to look at this Winter Wyvern or Viper effigy. I can't really tell which it is because the quality of it, and it just has lady with a heart beside it.
Yeah, that is Winter Wyvern. Alright.
Him coming back to the game.
Enough effigies. We actually have some actual to talk about. So there you go. Making him way mid here. Does have a glimpse available kinetic field too, so Ben might actually be in a bit of trouble. Goes to the first refraction, another one available in only 5 seconds, but they don't choose to pull the trigger. Nako holding onto his mana.
Those things chunk you, by the way, these Nature's Prophet treants. Actually, looks like he's about to get chunked here.
Perhaps Boschka doesn't want to commit to it, but they do force out a TP. For Nako. Now, actually, Roger as well with the wrapper on the Boschka. Should be dead here, perhaps, maybe not. He's getting some help from Vanscore, and he's a fairly tanky space guy on his own right. Roger still fighting though, and that's going to be enough damage together with the treants. You happy? With the Spirit Lance, but a TP out, nothing left to cancel it. That's a play from him, and another kill, tying up the kill score 3-3 right now.
I am pretty happy about Nature's Prophet eventually proving me right there, though. This treant chunking away at the hero. Like, a lot of people underestimate how much damage these things do. Like, you just sick them on the enemy offlaner while you last hit creeps with, like, the huge damage advantage that you have. Like, Nature's Prophet hits, like, treant these days. Pretty insane.
Yep.
And then you zone them out with the Nature's Call. Each of those treants do 30 to 34 damage, so...
Yep. Let's start that
insane.
up very fast.
Especially if you're support with low armor.
Roger, what are you doing? This scan now that something was happening here, of course, with the TA. There's always going to be Ancient Stacks trying to place the ward down, but... Well, Miposhka, Vanscore, and FN going to try and punish him for this move, and Kinetic Field to try and help him out, but oh, enough damage here with the bash, as well as the last couple of right clicks. Vanscore is 2-1-0 now.
Yikes. I mean, he probably primed that bash, Spirit Breaker, so well played by him.
Also catch the ward here. And, don't quite catch the other one that was there earlier, so... I keep at least some vision.
Really unfortunate to get caught out there by the enemies, but that's life when you're trying to avoid in locations where enemies often pass through. You end up passing through the enemies.
Alright, so this bottom lane with another kill on Nature's Prophet, going quite well to say the least. For the Phantom Lance in the middle lane, also kind of being repaired by FN, just being part of some of these assists, and likely outlasting Dendy here on this puck now. So, how would you say is coming out ahead of this landing stage? Also considering that Weaver has had complete free from the top too.
I would say that the game obviously is in favor of Team Empire right now. They have the early game domination in my opinion. They have like way better roaming presence. They're probably gonna like they're really gonna come online when Batrider gets his blink, TA gets Desolator and whatnot. But I think after that, if NaVi manages to stay in the game, they're really gonna pick up pace and take control of the map, just because they have so much mobility in the form of Nature's Prophet Weaver. Although, like, it's a different kind of mobility that they have from Wisp and Spear Breaker.
Yep.
It's like ability to go push a lane out for like any time they want and then go back, and they don't need to worry about like where their allies are. Spear Breaker, not the strongest by himself. Wisp, he needs to be tethered to somebody else to get things done. Meanwhile, like Weaver, Puck, and Nature's Prophet can all operate independently.
Very synergistic lineup here from Empire, and well, So far it's been working out. Miposhka 2, 1, and 3, so also part of every single kill here on the side of NaVi. But things are starting to slow down a little bit, at least on this side of the map. Down bottom, I actually do track down the Phantom Lancer with Puck rotating in. Charge in mid this time, but it's only Miposhka, no one else.
The Spirit Breaker needs to like catch up pretty quickly here, though. He's only level 4. It's almost 10 minutes in. Doesn't even have a soul ring yet.
Yep.
Poor little Earthshaker.
This tend to happen sometimes, but at the very least he's got his tranquils, so he's beat across the map. Bottom lane, Vensko's already here, making his presence known, but Shappy keeping back into it as well. Puck though, well, out of mana, so use the orb to get away. Unable to bring down the towers, Nature's Prophet did not join the push afterwards. Instead he's just farming up the jungle now. Guess that's what he does. Meanwhile, okay, so Neko glimpsed back onto, what was that, FN? It might just be enough to keep him safe. At the same time, the slow from the trap, it was there, it was set up earlier.
Not with that Wisp coming in.
So that worked out. He's gonna farm an illusion as well as the rest of the ancient stack, so it just gave him like 1500 gold towards his Desolator.
Yep, one more Mithril Hammer to go, then he can go off and try and take Roshan, and then they can really show their map domination. Like, once they have Desolator up on the TA, he has Aegis. You can go ahead and push towers without much threat of the enemies. Like, if they kill him, so what? They have to use a bunch of abilities to do so. And then he's back up with the Aegis again, so way more map control once they take those tier 1 towers out, and they'll just start to control the pace of the game a lot more. So Nature's Prophet needs to take advantage of the time he has before Templar Assassin manages to get that done.
Set him up for that, perhaps. Yappy is gonna be the target once again. Still no blink on the Puck, but you do have that initiation with the orb perhaps, or the Dream Coil. Yappy's very much alone here, and he will be caught out now. Silence, call, Roger. With the Fish, of course, setting all that up, and another kill. And this time this should also turn into a tower.
Doing exactly what they need to right now, so well played by NaVi.
So, look at Crystallize, because he's been quietly farming away, still up top. He's not quite close to Templar Assassin, of course, due to this ancient stacking factor, but outside of that, him and the Puck are on the same kind of net worth. When do you think he's gonna start having an impact in these fights?
I'm not sure he's going to. Like, it looks like he's just rushing straight for Maelstrom at this point. I mean, he went for the Perseverance, I guess, thinking that he was going to fight with the enemies, and then partway through having it done, he has the sustain from it, and he thinks, okay, the enemies aren't really trying to fight me or shut me down. I guess I don't really need my Lincolns right now. I haven't even really been charged by the Spear Breaker that much, so
Yep.
he's gonna farm faster with his Maelstrom, and then he's gonna get more items quicker. So, pretty smart choice, unless Spirit Breaker catches on to what he's doing. So,
Yeah, at the same time, at this point, Spirit Breaker can't really threaten him ever since he's cracked level 6, can he? I mean, you'd need.
I suppose you're right about that.
Yeah, need to rely on Ghostic Blink, which, in all fairness, he's about to get it. That's 100 gold away, and at that point, Weaver has to be very wary about the exact positioning of this particular hero.
We've been seeing. Apologies for interrupting you. We've been seeing a lot of people pick up drums on Batrider before they go blink these days. I don't really understand that one myself. I don't see the huge appeal of drums these days. Are you able to explain that one to me?
For the most part, it's part player preference, but it's also partly situational. I mean, sometimes you have other heroes that can set up fights, or sometimes you just want to play that game where you don't rely on the blink pickoff, but you're just going in and use the lasso as just another form of crowd control. Speaking of crowd control, there's a disruptor coming in. It's Crystallize walking in to scout out that ancient stack being taken. So good kill on the defender, slowing him down, crucial. But even so, did he finish up his Tesso? Not quite. Yeah, he did. Awesome guy.
They managed to buy that just before he died. Something like that.
And that is Blink Dagger now. Revealed on the Ghostic. They're gonna go for the follow-up, but Crystallize got the ultimate off, another charge, and well, is it enough? Not really. What I was saying. just off with the timing there. If he doesn't get that ultimate off when he did, it was gonna fall there for sure.
Well, you ended up being right about that, and again, he doesn't need his Lincolns. He goes straight for the Maelstrom, even so. I guess he's pretty committed to it at this point. He has everything other than his gloves of haste, so it's too late to go back now.
And live with your choices.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, it's gonna help him farm. And now middle lane, FN. They got gone on here, but Dendi taking quite a bit of damage in return. There's plenty of help on both sides. How far do we really want to go here, Seneko? Single Spyblade bounce. Taking up quite a bit of a chunk of his health points. And there's Ghosting, no lasso, but and perhaps flame breaks somebody back.
I don't think so. Not today.
No.
Alright, Earthshaker. Slowly farming away at his blink, something that's really important to come out here. He's trying to stack these camps, do everything he can. But Echo's on cooldown, so now's the time to be away from his team if he has to choose when he's going to be away, farming his blink. So, that might call him back once more before it gets Spearbreaker charging him though.
Well, relocate comes in too, so that should be that. Roger, perhaps. Was it a glimpse back? I think the glimpse the IO. The relocate
Disruptor
came out.
kept that IO out as he relocated? Impressive.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Still brought FN out of trouble and anyway, so I guess space created middle lane. Looking to defend this though, and TP's back in, now the blink last, so onto the Nation's Prophet. Coil is there to try and interrupt this here, but they're fighting in this general area, so they don't really care at all about this. Dendi orbs away, but the damage has already been done. Nature's Prophet down for the counter. Pushka looking for another guy to charge. This might be Seneko, Roger though. Little interruption, and they don't have a lot of vision across. Now they do though. Seneko trying to turn around, but he can't with the napalm. Still gets the stack storm off, but nothing else. This will fizzle out just as quickly as it came. Roger in the side does have the Echo Slam back, but no easy way into the middle of this. Even then, where's the follow-up? Dendi back up to full health on mana. Does have his own blink dagger now, but no coil to work with. Not ideal. Top lane, Ghost Stick sitting there, but the charge will scout out the TP back. Empire turning up the heat here, and the NaVi kind of struggling a little bit, but now glimpse back onto FN. Roger, follow-up control, Echo Slam, everything being dropped on him. It's the big hero going down again, and the small hero as well. Van score. Find out, plays way out of there, but unable to do so.
You know, an attempt was made. That's what's important. Gonna bring him a little bit closer to his blink dagger, though. That's super important. So, good on him. Like the enemies, or Empire jumping on him, catching him out when he's farming at top lane, stopping him, slowing him down, beginning his blink. Well played by them, but
Chris lies on the central ward here. They also have the dust. They need some more control, though. Time lapse is available. And that'll be that. Only now the relocate comes in.
Waste of time, waste of cooldowns there. They used Spearbreaker ultimate and relocate on the Weaver. Didn't manage to catch him. This is before he has his Lincolns too. Like they're going to be very much struggling against him once he does get it. He's going to be running around the map doing whatever he pleases. They're going to need some items to pop that Lincolns.
Yep.
In fact, Batrider is partway to his 4th staff right now, so that might help. But
still, this is what you were talking about in the draft, right? We're talking about a last pick that could provide some extra bit of control, and Templar Assassin, for all his merits and for disregarding of how well FN has actually been playing so far. I mean, he's 4-4-1, but he's still far ahead in terms of net worth, so that's worth being applauded. But one thing it doesn't provide against the Weaver is any sort of control or lockdown until much later in the game, where he might decide to go for Bloodthorn.
So we'll see how they answer this Weaver's threat later on. But Bloodthorn is a very long time away. I mean, Templar Assassin right now is going for BKB, which is pretty good. You get caught out by the Disruptor, Glimpse, and Static Storm, you are a very dead Templar Assassin.
Oh yeah.
Your fraction doesn't really mean anything at that point.
It's a must-have this game for sure. Now smoke up from the other side too. They might just bump their heads right into each other. Smoke divert to Roshan. Scans from both sides.
They
It's
both
gonna
smoked.
miss, and
They
there
smoked
you go. Just find his bat right off the bat with the Stag Storm. Now to charge across the glimpse back on FN, keeping him out of the fight. And well, NaVi, so far so good. Crystallized though, does barely have enough mana for his own ultimate. Gets it off and goes across FN with a blink forward, showing off that shiny new toy. They'll finish up the disrupt at the very least. Then general, gotta be careful here. Pushka will give his own life, then everyone else started to drop loads. His constant blink of right clicks. Brian is being used. Fanscore healing up Chappie while he's ahead at FN. Still trying to look for a target here, but they can't really catch up to anybody. It's NaVi who are just dictating the pace of this particular team fight, constantly ducking in and out.
Yeah, just no lockdown from the side of Empire here, so NaVi get to do what they want. Now they're all shrining up, and as soon as they're healed up, they're ready to go and fight them again.
That's
Pretty
the part of their
scary.
team fight that we haven't really talked about. This is mobility, not just across the map, but or just in general, but especially how it works inside this particular team fight. Oh. They do catch out Nature's Prophet up top. And relocate back to bottom. That's actually super low, so they gotta go on this. Let's go dead immediately. Temple Assassin not alive for much longer, so NaVi making the best out of a bad situation.
The disadvantages of relocating, which again I think turned out in NaVi's favor, that overall team fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Oh
under
no,
Templar
pressure.
Assassin. Not somebody you want dying.
Oh, 2k ahead of the Weaver, funnily
Radiant
enough.
structures are fortified.
Mm-hmm.
Radiant's bottom tower is
I
under
will drop
attack.
without the Nature's Prophet.
Radiant's
TP bait and
bottom
push that
tower
out
has
instead.
fallen.
I mean, I'm telling you, Drag and Drop, new NaVi, they're back. NaVi is back.
You can't just throw that out, you have to wait for the right opportunity. You have to put the twist on it.
The Twitch television meme, right?
Yeah, it's... the Twitch television meme for this game, I guess, is G Arena.
Yes.
Okay, I heal Lasso, and it is bringing him up on high ground Disruptor. So Neko in a very sad spot, but he actually gets bashed down. Miposhka, now he's the one in trouble, but he'll secure the kill and give up his own life in exchange. Not sure how worth that was, to be quite honest
I mean,
with you.
did he even have to head up there and bash him down?
I don't think so, no. I don't think that was necessary.
Yeah, the gold change and XP change ended up being in favor of NaVi there as well. So it was an interesting choice that he made. But, you know, if you see something, go for it. I probably would have done the same thing in one of my games.
Yeah, like when I play Spirit Break, it's the same thing. You just want to charge people. You don't care about what happens after. You just want to charge them and bash them as much as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
It's all about
understand
making. It's all about making the enemy team as miserable as possible.
that. It is again Roger. Keep vision on him to crystallize. To try and catch him out, perhaps, but at the same time, you really can't. With a bug nibbling away at Ghost Stick, forcing them back. Where's this going here? I mean, both teams just poking and prodding at each other. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, it's actually Dendi who's split pushing, now being joined by the one who's supposed to be doing it, General.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they have 3 different heroes that I was telling you about earlier. They have 3 different heroes that can move around by themselves, and not really get caught up by the enemies that badly. I mean, Spirit Breaker, again, his charge is going to be a significant issue, no matter what stage in the game that you're in, until each of them get their own individual Lincoln Spheres, but they can just split the hell out of the enemies here.
Pushka. Could die here for sure. I mean, holding on to a glimpse until the charge comes out. Oh. I'd say I'm really impressed by NaVi's movement so far. They TP'd in here. After I think they spotted out Rebecca coming in towards Nature's Prophet. I don't know. But they're responding very well overall to what Empire's trying to do, and they're dodging and ducking and weaving and can't really get anywhere.
I get it.
On the
Weaving?
rain side. Yeah. god, I didn't even realize that. I'm so sorry.
That's what I'm here for, man.
Yeah.
That's why you bring me on.
Absolutely.
So I can catch out these puns. Even when you don't realize that you're... So, how do you think one of these teams can manage to take the Roche? TA is very good at it, but...
Maybe like this. Taking out one of the big team fighters. Disruptor is the target. Roger? That's on Blink. They could have gone in there perhaps for Echo Slam, but opted to not do it. Just take it on the chin. I still don't know if that's enough though. Like, I almost feel like you have to sneak it if you're Empire, because even if you take out Disruptor, as I said, there's still the Echo Slam, there's still the Puck. Well, Nature's Prophet Ultimate, which also can do a sizable amount of damage.
I mean, do both teams have to accept that Roshan's just kind of gonna sit there? Nobody's actually gonna get it? That's a depressing thought.
Kind of is. Either sneak it or you win a team fight beforehand.
Or you can pull a, what was it, Virtus Pro? Or was it NaVi who did that? And I forget, all the games kind of blended together. And they just sat the courier on top of the secret shop.
Yeah,
that was to wait for the buy item. That was the ultimate fate.
Yeah. Well, that is, they're gonna make that attempt. They have the DD rune on Crystallize to help out. Chappy trying to throw in some lances, but will be dodged with the Invis. And now the charge in the back here to find the Earthshaker. That's a big one. Taking out Roger, but at what cost? The BKB from the Fender, keeping him alive. And Portugal doesn't have that same luxury. Neither does Chappy. He's silenced up at the back, so Crystallize on a dominating spree. As the buyback from the Earthshaker forces Empire back. Now with Portugal with another charge. Roger will be caught by that, but at the same time, it'll also mean that he'll have to give up his own life. But NaVi, they're looking for more. The Fisher will actually connect onto Aya. The fear of God into them, but who's that here? Ghost Stick. That's a Firefly. Does he want to go for plays? He does. He do have some vision on him with a with the trap, and now bringing Puck into loving arms of Viven, but it's not quite enough. He's still alive. So far, no mind. He does get tracked down. But General FN running straight into an Invis General. Echo Slam somewhere else entirely. I think that was off the mark. This fight's actually still going on. Empire committing so much to try and prevent the Trojan. Crystallize, that's his ultimate, try and keep him alive, and will be successful. New control of the Templar Assassin. Nowhere to go, no more infraction charges. Now finally, perhaps. No, never mind. They just keep going. The charge up top will cancel that TP from Q, and he's whining right now. Maybe rage because he died. I think that's what his name means. I don't know, but it is seems actually right. Empire. They commit a whole lot, but they do get the Aegis onto Templar Assassin.
Alright. I will say that I was somewhat right about how that Roche thing went down. I thought that nobody was going to take it and they were just going to both kind of stare at it, but they both wanted it very, very badly.
Like, in technical terms, it was a clusterfuck, I believe. I think that's how we call that.
Technical term, clusterfuck? Alright, I got it. Learning these caster terms with you. Always a pleasure.
Well, it is after 9 PM, so I'm pretty sure I can't say that in Germany.
Really?
I know. This is, I have no claim this was a family-friendly stream.
Alright, so what happens now that they've Aegis on Templar Assassin? I feel like it's way too difficult for NaVi to take a fight against them. It was pretty hard to begin with, but taking down that TA, like using the abilities and making sure that TA is dead and not back up again, is super important. So right now I think they have to play safe until the Aegis is up.
I have to agree. Also the fact that like, do you see games going or the fights in the future? Do you see them as drawn out as this Roche fight? Because if that's the case, then just having the Wisp on the team is gonna have to be it's gonna be such a boon.
I mean, I think NaVi slowly gain the advantage as far as team fights go as this game goes on. Not with like 5, but as 4, while the Nature's Prophet like constantly pressures and split pushes lanes.
That is. Doesn't the Shadow Blade completed now on top of the Orchids, so combat effective as well as split push effective. Should be able to keep himself safe.
What Spearbreaker's doing, he's trying to catch out the Nature's Prophet by sitting in the fucking trees here and waiting. And then I imagine they're going to relocate the Wisp and the Templar Assassin who are just sitting beside each other onto him. But he's grown wiser than that after it's happened to him once.
Is he?
We'll find out.
So far, I didn't quite get the vision of him. ED Rune. Oh, FN. Claim him at just in the nick of time. So, no. That's another reason why you wouldn't want to go anywhere near FN or anyone else on the side of Team Empire for that matter.
I mean, they'll come to you. Relocate.
Exactly.
You don't have to go to them. Oh, Jesus, look at the money.
Oh, so good. Almost like this one clip that was on Reddit the other day with, I think, NaVi playing Alchemist and Broodmother just sending a bunch of spiderlings into the Radiance.
God, just sending the money right to you. Amazon Prime Alchemist.
Well, Ghostic, he's just going straight in. Yeah, Relocate comes in, but also plenty of other TPs. Yakko Slam on 3. Everyone followed up from Dendy. The Static Storm. Absolute disaster. They're gonna claim the Aegis. Gonna claim a second life, more than likely, unless FN can turn this around. Pops the BKB straight into the TP out. The right click's barely not enough. Roger could have gotten that crit off. Perhaps, but... Damn.
Damn.
That turnaround. They were waiting for something like that to happen, didn't they?
Let's see that fight recap.
Missed it. Was it still coming? I don't know.
No, I think you missed it. I just clicked it at the end there. It was only 1,400 gold swing, to be honest. But 3,000 XP, so that was pretty big. Getting a lot of experience for your supports.
Pushka's doing it again. He's just hiding behind enemy alliance before TP's out.
Yeah. I mean... I don't think that's how you play Spirit Breaker. You need to charge directly into people without a single thought in your brain. And then just kind of hope things work out. QQQ.
This definitely worked out this time. That does. Chappie providing the next bit of damage. Does have the Fusion Blade and working straight for a heart now. He's actually pretty farmed right now, even more farmed than FN. Especially with that kill on the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, I mean, Weaver's going to need to... Actually, his Butterfly almost done, but Weaver's going to be needing to do some significant damage once the Phantom Lancer has Heart. Then he gets level 25, then gets probably 20 Strength Talent, and he's just almost invincible, so they're going to need tons of damage output to deal with him.
Some point all this magic damage, and unless you land like the biggest Echo Slam of your life with a bunch of illusions and extra heroes, then it's not gonna be enough to tear through a Phantom Lancer anymore.
I mean, he's trying with his bugs, but Phantom Lancers are just gonna have so much armor, so much HP, too hard to deal with. Like, your nukes aren't doing as much at that point anymore. What's the deal with the Spirit Breaker? I understand what he's trying to do, and the TA and the Whisper are always beside each other, and the goal is to all jump somebody together, but it's starting to get frustrating to watch him just sit in the trees. It's a legitimate strategy, I understand that, but it's still frustrating to watch. And then he just has 6 wards on quick buy. He's trying to get me angry.
Seriously being tilted by Pushka right now.
Yes,
Oh,
I am.
man.
If you're allowed to get tilted by music, I'm allowed to get tilted by this.
Alright,
Music
that's
requests,
fair. That is fair. Well, a bit of a wraparound here. And the Dire is none the wiser. They have very little vision out on the map. Even though Empire are not smoked, they are still unseen. Now Chappie will reveal himself. Might be the bait. Glimpse available for Seneko, and there it is. Into the doppelganger, he'll dodge that one out. Reaching to the high ground, and well, Empire don't want to try and pounce themselves. There it is, the charge will be cancelled, never mind.
Indecisive Spirit Breaker in the world. Not that he's doing anything wrong, it's just not how we traditionally play Spirit Breaker. Suiciding into the enemies is just something I like to watch. It's a rather slow-paced game compared to a lot of NaVi or other CIS games that we see.
Ghostic. Glimpse range, absolutely ridiculous. Manages to catch him just at the edge of TP. But yeah, you're absolutely right. This game, the pace of this game is slowed down significantly.
Yeah. You can talk about fight recaps and whatnot, though. There's tons of things to talk about in Dota 2.
How much damage done by the Weaver? 2.1k in not a whole lot of time, so he's getting there. In terms of what you were talking about earlier. Already has the Eagle song go towards the butterfly, so it's...
I mean, he's gonna have to be able to burst down the Phantom Lancer during Earthshaker's combo, or like Earthshaker's combo with Disruptor ultimate dropped on top of it. He like absolutely needs so much damage, because he has to shut down this PL, or PL is just gonna get away from the fight and then heal up pretty quickly with the heart.
Speaking of PL, look at this health pool.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about earlier when it's the heart. Heart just gives you so much health now, 40 strength and 500 HP.
That's more referring to 3220.
Oh.
But,
yeah. Ha ha ha! Funny Twitch television memes.
Damn it.
Completely missed that. It's not something I would have normally missed.
Yeah, we both missed things, so now that that's established, I can feel good again.
Trying to assert dominance over me.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Smoke up now. On the side of NaVi, it's just not been scouted out. Nico and Roger are leading the charge, but the cast splitting up a little bit. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, okay, the Shiva's God. Or Dende. Shiva, Zules, Blink, Veil of Discord. Quite combat effective.
Yeah, quick Roche respawn though. Probably in the next, what is it, 15 seconds, 30 seconds?
25, yeah.
Oh, do you have an actual timer for it?
Yeah, you can hover over the icon next to the minimap.
Oh yeah. I was just kind of guesstimating.
Vampire with the smoke, ghost stick. Oh, Blink simultaneously, so don't quite catch Dendi. They're not finding Seneko, but Seneko finds them. Ghost stick, glimpse back, FN still in the neighborhood here, long try and burst down. Well, BKB popped. He's bad rider, freshly completed on him too.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Bit of a
attack.
waste for over 10-second charge. Well, Roshan's back, they'll figure that out thanks to the TA traps. Arena,
see if
pushing forward. God, FN pops the BKB, he just doesn't care anymore, just wants death and destruction. He finds it on Seneko, now looking for more, but unfortunately charge being cancelled. Once again, they have very little chase and very little control potential.
Alright, looks like they started to realize that we need you to check Roche. Roche's cheese. Ninja's Prophet is just trying to push and make space while this is happening though. And Ninja's Prophet silenced the Prowler. Let's talk about Prowler gaming real quick. He did not want to be rooted in the middle of teleporting.
Blessings.
That one piece teleport cancelling routes. Some routes don't cancel elsewhere.
I think those ones have a mini stun, don't they? I think that they do. Either way, he decided to throw out an Orchid on top of that before he TP'd. Just wanted no part of it.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Better safe than sorry in these kind of situations.
Mm.
Yeah. Both teams still kind of jockeying for position around the rush pit, and might very well see another team fight like the one we saw last time. Everything going like back and forth all over the place. Or might not see another team fight ever again. That's also an option. Butterfly down on the Weaver, so Slice is getting further and further ahead in his order item progression, but Phantom Lancer as well as Templar Assassin. FTA, they got a Butterfly of their own, almost at an MKB, so Crystallize will not be able to enjoy that evasion for too long. Phantom Lancer, yeah, just go more tanky. Buy another Butterfly, sure, why not? 3 in one game. 3 standard down bottom, okay. Bad rider.
That's a lot of damage.
Now perhaps this is an opening to make a beeline straight towards Roche Pit, but that's the Vampire then in a position to guard it against this particular rotation. Now the ultimate actually catches Giarina, followed with the charge and bring down Denny. Maybe not. Roger coming through, allowing Denny to escape. Meanwhile, in the back, some Nako ends up dropping. Despite that static storm being thrown out, but in the front, well, Crystallize, Journal, Roger, they're cleaning house. 4 years down, not even breaking a sweat.
Well, I mean, Double Assassin there just caught in by the Treants, couldn't make it out, didn't have phase, but instead opt for treads instead. Unlucky.
This is the opening NaVi we're looking for. Leave the H's and G's.
Is it time for me to say that Navi's back yet, or do I have to wait for the game to end?
I think the answer's obvious, dude.
Not to me.
Oh, God damn it.
You forget who you're talking to.
What you do is you like. There was this one joke where, at one point when NaVi is get team wiped or something, and then you can say something along the lines of NaVi is back to the fountain. You have to put a twist on it. You can't just say NaVi is back and hope for the best.
That's just how I roll. I say things and then I hope.
Good memory here, Chappie. Well, it should be fine. Ghosting BKB into the lasso, isolating that one. A glimpse back here onto Chappie. Doesn't quite catch on the static storm though. He's still silenced, but it's also very, very tanky, trying to track people down in the backlines. Meanwhile, in front, Viporshka. Okay, thanks so much damage up against Crystallize. He's still on a tear, and cleaning through the support staff before they focus on Chappie. He's not strong enough yet to really threaten him, so Nako is still very much alive and kicking.
Yeah, I mean, that heart just makes him so tanky, even with the amount of damage that Crystallize does. Without something to lock him down as well, you're just not killing him fast enough. Look at his health shoot up, 270 HP a second, with his heart healing him.
Doesn't matter though, he's still losing everyone else in these fights. Double Silence is trying to control him up. Maybe now. Orchid though on the Batroid, I believe. Prevents any sort of extra flame break plays. We do hold the high ground, but the T3 tower has been severely damaged.
Well, is there?
He's super fast. Look at this.
Imagine their morale was a little bit damaged there as well.
Alright. Where do we go from here? Is this just a case of NaVi continuing these kind of soft pushes and trying to go further and further? I mean, still have the Aegis for a little while.
Well, pretty quickly here, I think Weaver's gonna go for MKB without saving for buyback. Okay, they managed to catch Nature's Prophet when I was looking away for a second there. Well played by them. But I was trying to say before, as long as they don't almost kill Dendy when I'm not looking. But I think he's safe. Actually, no, there's a fight.
Blink, another lasso, BKB to prevent any sort of counter plays, and this time they get him. Last time worked out disastrously when he barely survived, but this time Roger unable to get in range for any sort of Echo Slam plays. And of course with the BKB being popped preemptively every single time by the Batrider, makes it a little bit harder.
I didn't say I think he's safe. I'm pretty sure I said I think he's dead. You know, I could have sworn that's how I pronounced that.
Well, just gonna pretend like you meant that all along. MKB now though on the Weaver. He's as swift with that as FN as with his. He still has it queued up, hasn't picked it up actually just yet. A little bit of extra money. Alright. Empire. Getting high ground glimpse back in the Static Storm. Didn't quite dodge it this time here. Doppelganger was on cooldown and Chappie. Well, he's being chunked away and now follow-up control from the Echo Slam. They bring him down. And he's not coming back anytime soon. Ghostic next on the list. Crystallize just... He doesn't care. He's not taking any prisoners. BKB to be out of event. Almost not successful here. They get the glimpse back and Viporshka. An ultra kill for the Weaver. Oh damn, how much damage did you do there? Fight recap. Please help us out. And yes, what? 9,133.
Wow. Over 9,000 damage. Impressive.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
I caught that one. That was pretty cool. Oh, the Radiant Courier dies on top of that as well. There was a Basher on it. How has it been possible?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'm not sure. But I think NaVi have this game now. buybacks. Probably something I should be looking at this point. They all have buyback.
TA has it. That's about it. The BKB last comes out onto the arena. Dandy is in trouble, but no fall of control. He should be fine. Mimo? He's still burning a little bit. Another buyback forced out though. Temple Assassin. That's the last straw. That's the last one they had. The Aegis will fall. This last coming straight back into the fray. And all it's done so far is put a little bit of damage to the melee racks. If they don't finish it up, obviously, it will be coming back.
Radiant structures are fortified.
They're forced out.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They give Gendy the cheese though, so he's full HP and mana now. They might just re-engage. I'm not sure if they think they can take this fight. No, they back up. I guess safe bet is to go for the shrines, just wear down the enemy, take control of the map, and just secure even bigger net worth advantages before they go and push. But it's like I was talking about at the start of this game, the heroes that NaVi have, both like being able to work and do things around the map independently, as well as having like a much bigger team fight in the form of Earthshaker and Disruptor, just gives them the advantage in the late game, as long as they didn't fall too far behind in the early game. And they didn't, so...
Looked up, bit of a fake back attempt, but Empire are not falling for it just yet. They're staying as a unit, farming together. They're on side of the jungle. Yeah, the smoke will not lead into any sort of kills just yet. But yeah, as I said, just playing it safe, not overextending. Poking and prodding where they can, but they now know that some buybacks have been forced out. Batrider, pretty important one. Because they need to rely on this lockdown that he brings, as well as the Temple Assassin, even more important. Without that damage, then sure, you have a Phantom Lancer who can stay alive for a long time, but is he really there in the damage department with just the Diffusing Blade at this point?
The answer might surprise you. It's no, by the way. He does not have
Didn't surprise me at all.
That guy definitely does
Here we
not
go
have
again.
the damage.
Go 6, smoked up, Blink Lasso, BKB, no counterplay potential. Can they bring down Pakton? The answer is no, not quite yet. Will be able to blink his way out of this. Static Storm is Snake, he's panicking. Roger gets the control off onto the Phantom Lancer. They burst him down first. That's a new one. Poshka, well, obviously not all that tanky now on the Space Scout this late in the game. Lenskor gets the TP at Ghost Sig, not so lucky. And once again, Empire try to make a play, but it turns out to be an absolute disaster because you go on a hero that's very hard to actually finish off. And they call it right now. No buybacks. GG, well played.
Yeah, just it wasn't going to end well that next fight, so what can you do? Just call it now instead of seeking out, so...
They do it again. They did win the last series that they played against Team Empire. Now they're off to a good start. Now you can say it, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
NaVi's back!
Yay! Alright. Give them 1. So, do you think this comes back to the drafts, or were there any other ways that Empire could have taken this?
I saw what Empire was going for. I didn't think that NaVi gave them enough chances to do what they wanted with the Spirit Breaker and the Wisp and the TA, though. Like, he spent so much time sitting in those trees and not actually doing what he was setting out to do. So, like, time was wasted. They didn't get to play the draft how they wanted. NaVi had all these heroes that could roam around independently. And they knew what Empire was up to. They knew what they wanted. They responded so well to it. Like, that Nature's Prophet barely got caught out at all. I think it was really good game insight from General there. Where this random QQQQQ player that we don't know.
Well, alright. With that, we're going to take a short break, but we will be back in a couple of minutes, hopefully, with the second game of this best of 3 series. Don't miss out.